Okay, so imagine this. It's your very last delivery of the night. A storm's rolling in. Your destination is this single, kind of spooky high-rise. And the package you're holding, well, it feels important. This isn't just about dropping something off. It's the start of a deep dive into some serious supernatural horror and a family's darkest secret. So let's meet our main guy, Sourav Ghosh. He's a delivery boy just trying to wrap up his shift before the sky opens up. He gets this one last strange order for the 14th floor, and right from the get-go, he's got this nagging feeling that something is just off. And this delivery? This is the first huge red flag. Sourav isn't carrying pizza or some Amazon package. Nope. He's got black sesame seeds, mustard seeds, vermilion powder, and cowrie shells. I mean, these are items you use for rituals, right? So we know immediately he's not just delivering a package, he's bringing the ingredients for something pretty terrible. When Sourav pulls up, the whole complex is just unnervingly quiet. He's thinking, did everyone go to bed already? He finally gets inside and into the elevator, and this is the exact moment where the normal world starts to just peel away. It really sets a terrifying tone for the rest of his night. As he's going up, the single, weak bulb in the elevator starts flickering like crazy. This damp, musty smell fills the air, and that sense of dread just gets stronger. And then, with this sudden jolt, the lift shudders to a stop. But here's the thing. He's not on the 14th floor. He's arrived somewhere else entirely. The doors slide open, and he's staring into a hallway plunged into this absolute suffocating darkness. Not a single light. He whips out his phone to call the customer, but of course, no signal. He's trapped, all alone in the pitch black. So, he uses his phone's flashlight to try and find the apartment, but what he finds is way, way more disturbing. The walls are just covered in these dried, black handprints, smeared everywhere, like someone was in agony, just trying to claw their way out. And then he hears it, a faint sound cutting through that dead silence. It's weeping, a pained, deep sob that sounds like it's getting closer and closer. Yeah, he's definitely not alone on this floor. His fear just explodes into a full-on nightmare when he shines his phone light towards the sound. And there it is. In the darkness, there's a shadow. It is impossibly tall. Its head is literally scraping the ceiling, its limbs all twisted and way too long. Faced with this thing, Sourav does the only logical thing you can do. He runs. His heart is just pounding out of his chest, but Sourav somehow gets back to the lobby. And that's where the client, this stout, middle-aged guy, finally shows up. And he asks this absolutely bone-chilling question that just confirms all of Sourav's fears. Then, to get him to come inside, he shows Sourav a photo on his phone. It's a picture of Sourav's own brother, who's been missing, and he promises answers if he just comes in. I mean, what do? He's desperate. He has to know why this stranger has a picture of his lost brother. So reluctantly, he follows him inside. But the second he crosses that threshold, the horrifying truth of the situation just crashes down on him. The room is almost totally dark, lit by just 5 candles placed at the points of a pentagram drawn on the floor. There's a guy in black robes, shaman, chanting. Before Sourav can even process what's happening, he's offered a sweet, a prasad, which he takes. And then the world goes black. He wakes up and he's tied up, the main event in this terrifying ritual. The promoter, the guy who ordered this stuff, just starts shouting this into the empty room. See, he's using Sourav as bait, as leverage against whatever spirit is haunting the building. He's taunting it, threatening to kill Sourav to force this thing out into the open. In response to that threat, this vortex of black wind just explodes into the room, and that terrifying shadow figure from the 13th floor, it's back. But this time, it speaks, and it's a voice that Sourav knows better than anyone. So, get this. The terrifying monster haunting this building, it's not a monster. Not at all. As the shadow starts to take a human form, Sourav just stares in complete disbelief. It's his own brother, Santu, who vanished without a trace a year ago. And just like that, Santu's spirit reveals the building's whole dark secret. Turns out, he was a construction worker on this very building. He found out that the promoter, a guy named Pulik Sengupta, was using illegal, dangerously cheap materials. When Santu threatened to expose him, Pulik murdered him and hid his body right there in the building's foundation. Santu's spirit isn't haunting the place to be evil. He's trying to protect people from moving into a death trap.
So now we know the truth. The stage is set for this final, incredibly dramatic showdown. You've got the ghost, his brother, and his murderers, all in one room. You just know it is about to explode. With just a wave of spectral energy, Santu's ghost snaps Saurav's ropes. Then he turns his attention to the promoter and the shaman. They just scream in terror as his power lifts them off the ground, and then, poof, they're gone, just vanished into thin air, dragged off to face whatever justice awaits them.
The second those two evil men are gone, the entire building starts to tremble. The walls crack, the ceiling groans. It's like the corrupt foundation of the building can't hold itself together anymore now that its dark soul has been ripped out. In the middle of all this chaos, with debris falling everywhere, Santu's spirit speaks to Saurav one last time. He gives him this heartbreaking farewell, telling him to run, to live, and promising he'll always watch over their family. It's this final, powerful moment between two brothers. Saurav gets out just as the building collapses, and when he tells his parents the whole insane story, their incredible grief is mixed with this strange kind of peace. They finally know what happened to their son. He didn't just vanish, he died a hero, and his spirit fought to protect people until the very end. The building's gone, the bad guys are gone, but this whole terrifying experience leaves us with one final, lingering question. In the rubble of that fallen building, does a brother's protective, spectral love live on? Does a spirit of justice still haunt the 13th floor?